I thank you for that multi-universal consent. Perfect. Now we are officially recording.
All right, cool. So we wanted to do this debrief thing after the podcast we recorded the other day. It's now Monday. We recorded on Sunday, right? So that was yesterday.
Yeah, it's the next day. We're in the aftermath now.
We're in the aftermath. So I wanted to do like a little brief touch base after the thing, but we were so excited that we kind of forgot.
And admittedly, we were spent too. We were both pretty like psychically and like energetically exhausted from basically 5 solid hours of recording time, right?
Yeah, that was more exhausting than I thought it would be, for sure.
Oh yeah,
but
it's a lot.
I kind of wanted to touch on some of the things that went right, some of the things that we struggled with. For one, like my mind is very well attuned to everything negative.
Sure.
So, one of the things is like there's a few pieces of equipment that we're missing. For one, we need to be better prepared for multiple guests.
Oh yeah,
we were pretty well prepared for just you and I, but we need to be able to accommodate at least 2 other people. So I think we have the microphones for that, but we need the microphone stands, and we need
pop filters.
The stand thing for the Zoom, and yeah, and the like. So I'm actually going to make a list, and I'm going to hit Sam Ash tomorrow before we interview Mike G.
Nice.
Mike G, right?
Mike G.
Okay, cool. And you're by the way, you're going to need to send me some stuff on that guy, because I don't know who he is, and I want to do plenty of research before the interview starts. I want to get to know him a little bit
Sure.
Through the internet. But so one of the things too, I was really struggling with while it was going on, while we were the first 2 with you and me, like I feel like went off without a hitch, no problem. But when we tried to get COVID, we realized like we didn't have any kind of mic stand, so we kind of had to rig something up with the Zoom, and that worked. But where I was getting this echoing happening, and I thought it was happening in the mic. I thought the sound was hitting the wall behind me, and bouncing into the microphone. But I think what was actually happening is the sound was bouncing in the corner that was right next to me, and then I was hearing that, and I was like, it kept taking me out of the moment, because I was like, I was trying to pay attention to him, but also at the same time, I'm like, shit, like I gotta fix this. Like, what if this is a thing, and I'm gonna find it later, and this is gonna suck, and oh my god, and then I'm like, wait, he's still talking, he's looking at me.
Time to say something now.
Yeah, I gotta say something now. Act like you're interested. No. But it turns out, like, I listened to a bit of it, and it doesn't seem like that's really an issue. So I think we're good there.
Nice.
But one thing that we can do to improve on the situation, first of all, that room is not sound treated at all. So we should have expected things to bounce around. We should have done it in the middle of the room, because that way the sound takes longer to bounce to the wall, then back to the microphone, and it's just going to get a cleaner sound. So when we go set up tomorrow for Mike G, we can try to set up more towards the middle of the room. I'll bring like a power adapter extension cord type deal, and we'll set all of that up. And but yeah, man, I think I nailed all the things negative. Aside from that, man, the conversations were awesome. They did a lot of branching out, which there's a few points where I was on the limb of a limb of a limb, and I wanted to tie it back to the root, and I forgot where I was. And that's to be expected, but we did cover a lot of interesting territory. How did you feel about everything that went down yesterday, Nick Hinton?
Bro, I'm right there with you, man. I feel like we really once we just kind of crossed that initial hurdle of just being live on mic and actively recording. Once that was in motion, we just kind of slipped right into it. And I mean, I've been podcasting for a little while with my kid, so I've got a little bit of practice so far. We're 9 episodes in, so I feel like that's, around an hour a piece. That's a good amount of mic time, to develop some comfort. So I feel like I'm pretty I'm pretty well there. I know you've done plenty of stage performing, so you should have at least some level of comfort behind a microphone, even though it is a foreign territory. Like sitting at the podcasting table is a brand new realm, right? But
Yeah.
man, we got into it. We overcame our obstacles to the best of our abilities in the moment, without having a lot of time to really process other alternatives, like moving the table to the center of the room, for example. But
Yeah.
I mean, but you immediately jumped on that and had a plan together for the very next time. So I mean, I feel like we crushed it, dude. Like we we absolutely murdered that first round podcasting process. Like, all told, we overcame it adversity and we emerged victorious. Like, go us, right?
Well, we're the shit. Podcasting number
Yeah.
one. Fuck you, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Maybe
No,
the
I
two
like
of us,
Joe
we could
Rogan.
kick his ass.
Yeah, maybe two of us, and I'll bring my jujitsu coach against your jujitsu coach. We'll have a jujitsu coach showdown.
Oh God, James would love squaring off against Eddie, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, he'd love it. I'm actually at IBJJ right now for the audience. If you can see me, I'm at our home jiu-jitsu academy. We just got done with class. I actually just taught my first beginner jiu-jitsu class today.
I
So
saw that, man. That's awesome.
yeah, a class full of beginner students, and it was cool. I like teaching. I like the authority. I like being able to tell the kids to shut the hell up. They listen to me, and so that was cool. But yeah, also shout out to James Klingerman. He's the head coach here at IBJJA. He let us borrow one of his old video cameras, so we're able to film the podcasts so we can put them on YouTube. Here's something. Here's one of the struggles I had. I was going to get a DSLR camera. I was like this close to buying one, and for some reason I didn't know this. I should have known this. I think somewhere in the back of the memory banks it was there, but DSLRs will only record like 10 to 30 minutes at a time, like depending on the camera. And I think that has something to do with the sensor in it or something. I'm not totally sure the technical aspect of it, but that would have not worked for what we're doing. We wanted to be able to start the camera, sync it up with the audio, and let it roll, and just have that just to put on YouTube, just to have on there, because having it on YouTube, that's an extra opportunity. Like to back up just a little bit, to branch off just a little bit, we basically want to check as many boxes as we can. So the podcast itself, that's one thing, that's the audio, but we also want to have the video for YouTube. Then by the time we get all this up and running, we want to have the website, and on the website, I want to have a blog post for each and every post, and I want to have like kind of like little snippets of it, like little quotes, little parts of it that were good or juicy or whatever, and excerpts. Put some excerpts on there, and some information about our guests, like some stuff about Colby, links to his shit,
Hell yeah.
And so the idea here is I'm taking one thing and I am just milking it. I'm going to get every last drop of juicy milk out of that shit.
Bring it out, baby.
So this could apply for anybody listening or watching that might be doing something similar in some kind of creative capacity, somebody that might be interested in doing something creative. Like the best way to go about it nowadays is you got to make as many funnels as you can. You got to make any potential for to catch some people, because we might catch somebody over at YouTube that would have never been there had I not gone to James Klingerman's house and begged him to use his camcorder. So,
right.
So make as many funnels as possible. We're basically just going to milk it dry. And thanks to James Klingerman for letting us use his camcorder. So he had an old camcorder he used to shoot jiu-jitsu techniques with. And it's the kind that we need for long form shooting, that we can just hit record and it's going to roll until we use all the space on it. So that's definitely something I wanted to kind of get off there on this little vlog thing, is that, if you're doing something like that, make as many funnels as you can. Look for different ways to draw people to the root inspiring product, you know?
For sure.
So aside from that, what else is there? Covered all the technical.
Yeah, there was one more technical issue that we overcame, being the audio interface issue.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
tell that story.
we figured out how to. Oh God! All right. Ugh,
Yeah, tell
so
it
disgusted with human
start at the
beings.
bottom. Like, go ahead and throw these Reddit people under the bus, man. Fuck them.
All right. Yeah, this is just it's just like it's kind of a symptom of everything that's wrong with like modern humans on some level, right? So we're trying to use my USB microphone, Yeti Blue X. I just got it. I'm real excited about it. Sounds awesome, works awesome. But you've got this really nice USB interface for like XLR and guitar and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that has no USB inputs. Can't really operate that way because of like the onboard electronics within my microphone. They would kind of
exactly.
clash, to the best of my understanding.
So what's happening
So
there? Before you continue, what's actually happening there is that your microphone is converting the signal from an analog wave to a digital signal, and then it's transferring that into the USB cable. And then the computer's like, oh, okay, I know what this digital signal is. Whereas my interface is doing that. So my
yeah.
interface can't take a digital signal like that and make it audio again. It just doesn't know how to work. So we were stuck trying to use both of them at the same time. And then Nick dug up this freaking nugget of gold.
Yeah, so I found on Reddit basically someone asking that very same problem. He said essentially, hey, I've got this USB interface that I've got my primary mics plugged into, but I also just got this Yeti Blue mic. It's USB. I want to use it in conjunction, but my computer is only allowing for one audio input. Um, help. And all of the top comments were just, you suck, buy a real microphone. What are you doing with the USB mic? You're trash. You suck. You suck. And buried so far down in the comment stream was finally some glowing angel of a human being who said, first of all, you guys are assholes. Like, knock it off with the unnecessary judgment, because also you don't know what you're talking about. He said all you need to do is create an aggregate audio device, which basically aggregates the active live inputs that you've got into one signal so your computer can process it, right? That's like basically how I get that.
Well,
Uh-oh. You froze, but we're still recording. I'm just gonna nod my head. Yeah.
and we're back.
We're back.
I drove across town so that we could finish this video because we were having technical issues, talking about having technical issues. So what I was going to say was, so what was happening is in your microphone, it is converting your audio signal from analog to digital, and the conflict was happening because that's what my device also does. So Macs generally want to pick one or the other. They want to pick either your microphone or they want to pick my interface. Like, so that's where we were at, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make that quick distinction. So he found on Reddit that there is a way to do it. There was an angel.
Yes.
The clouds parted, and the angel presented itself amidst all the shit. And Nick is going to show you how to do that real quick. So in case you are trying to combine audio devices, this is how you do it. So show us how it's done, Nick.
Oh, okay. Well, this might look sort of familiar to you here.
Yeah, this is what we were just.
Yeah. It's a weird meta moment.
Yeah.
So in order to create an
Oh, by the
aggregate
way,
device-
real quick, here's Nick's clown collection.
Jesus.
This is just necessary. Okay,
well,
continue.
you gotta help me like that, right?
No, it's cool. I just gotta let him know.
All right. So in our Finder,
So you open the Finder. This is with a Mac computer, the superior
Yeah.
computers.
so we're gonna go to Utilities.
Utilities.
All right, and we're gonna select Audio MIDI Setup, and we're gonna come down to this little plusy boy right here. Click. And we're gonna create an aggregate device.
Booyah.
And when we do that, it brings up this little control box here.
Suck it.
And it shows all of the devices that are currently plugged in. So if I had USB mics in every USB port, or I had a USB interface plugged into one of my available USB ports, it would show everything that was plugged into all of those right chow. We would select those as such based on what inputs and outputs we wanted.
Yeah, and this is where we selected it. This is where you would normally select like one interface or device or the other, and then that little hidden little plus little thing like saved our life. But so it pulled up my Focusrite Claret, and it also pulled up his microphone. And then the microphone automatically had that drift correction there checked off. So I think that was like to help compensate for the difference in latency, because the microphone is, pushing that electric signal, and my device is, doing the converting, and I don't know how any of that shit works, but but that's how you guys do it if you're having the same kind of troubles that we had. Hopefully you aren't, but yeah. Any parting thoughts, Nick Hinton? Whoa, zoom in, zoom out.
Extreme
out.
close up.
There we go. Get your
Parting-
clowns in the background and the booze.
Well, now I'm all self-conscious. Parting thoughts, just things happen, and you might not have the foggiest idea of what those things mean or do, but guess what? Google is your friend. And with the power of the God Google, you yourself can adapt and overcome, just like we did with this simple audio issue.
That's right. So everybody can Google, but remember, kids, sometimes you gotta go a few pages deep to get the juiciest meat.
Don't just look at the highest upvoted comment. Dig down and find the golden nuggets.
Yeah, because sometimes people are shit.
Often. People are shit. I myself am sometimes shit.
Yeah, me too. I'm sometimes pretty shitty, but I try to be good, and you should try to be good too. You're a winner.
Good job. Go you.
You did it.
Sexy ass.
You don't say. Well, isn't that something? I'm going to run away and hop back in. If you can hear me, don't leave. Ryan Selleck, do you read me? Oh, he went bye-bye. Well, we're still recording. Tech issues are just going to happen, right? So all you can do is try and work through them. If all else fails, hit it with a hammer. I don't know. Is he coming back? Ryan, are you coming back? We'll give him a big 10 count. Maybe Ryan can do something fancy like put a countdown timer on the video if this even makes the cut. The lighting sucks pretty hard, so oh god. There, is that better? No, that's horrible. Let's see how uncombed my beard is. Anyway, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, sucks to suck. Bye.